he doesn't get a lot of recognition for what he did. And this is Dr. Wallach. We asked. I know there was a period of time, I forget when, but I remember watching it on the news, and we went to the zoos a lot, and they would talk about it in school. They were like, pandas are going extinct.
Yeah.
And so basically, out of nowhere, we no longer hear that. Like, for a long period of time, it was like, pandas are an endangered species. The giant panda is an endangered species. Like, what are we going to do to help them? This is like the best showsman, as they say, because pandas are the funniest things.
Yeah.
And
they're all like little children.
Yeah. I remember me and my family went to the zoo, and it was dark. Like, we shouldn't have been, but it was like, it wasn't the zoo. Like, there wasn't any animals there, but it was like they had Christmas lights up and stuff. And we went in this dark room one day, and like there was just pandas in there. And either they would turn over from the flash of the light, or they would come. They didn't like the flash, obviously, so we stopped doing that. But they like laid against the glass and ate. They're like, "You want to show?" I think they know. They know. They're like, "Yeah, you want to show? You came from me." So like they do like funny stuff. But back to Dr. Wallach, because people would mainly feed pandas bamboo.
Yeah.
All the time, everything was bamboo. When these are pandas, yes, but bears as well. So they're omnivorous.
Yes.
And so I read like an article where Dr. Wallach basically was like, why are you feeding these guys? Like, that's not their natural diet. Their natural diet, they eat like small rodents and such like that.
Yeah.
And so he basically switched the feed from bamboo, well, just bamboo, to a dog food. And believe it or not, they started getting better.
Yeah.
So I think it's just...
And how long ago was this?
I don't know. I tried to look it up. A lot of Dr. Wallach's videos are buried. They're like so hard to find.
Yeah.
But I know
him saving the regular bears.
Yeah.
If that's a term. The non-panda bears.
Yeah.
He saved them in the 1960s from sea monster of the liver.
Then I think pandas weren't that far off, because it's probably in the early 2000s mainly, because that's when Dr. Wallach was doing a lot of his work. I just know like early 2000s he was in Atlanta and stuff like that, and because of his wife he went back and forth from I believe it was China, and yeah, was able to help. Of course, they've done that a lot, though. They've taken a lot of what Dr. Wallach offers, and then everybody's just like acting like he doesn't exist. Like, he gave that advice.
Right.
But who's going to believe it if like no big organization is trying to support him or back what he does?
Right. Well, that's why I try to get everything as much as I can on video as possible, because that's the proof. That's the evidence. That's why we have so many testimonials on video. Unfortunately, Dr. Wallach and many, many others don't have their stuff on video. Even though camcorders came out in the early 80s, it's a mindset that didn't probably click until maybe the late 90s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. You want everything on video so you can be like, look.
It's dated too.
Yeah. So, yeah, Dr. Wallach definitely doesn't get the credit that he deserves. But I often say that he's like the Nikola Tesla of nutrition.
Yeah.
Him and Dr. Price.
Yeah.
And, Tesla didn't get a lot of credit either, until Elon Musk came out with a car called Tesla.
How many years after he died?
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, not exactly,
but no, it's
50, 60. Tesla died in the 1940s, I think. So
I don't really know, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but Tesla didn't get a lot of credit. So Edison got the credit. And all that. But Tesla also died broke and alone in a hotel.
Really?
with his pigeon. Yeah.
He had a
So
pet pigeon?
yeah, that's how those were his friends, his pigeons.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was very alienated,
Mhm.
because he was
Ahead of his
deemed
time.
very different
Yeah.
and crazy. He was deemed crazy.
What was
So,
like the crazy stuff that he did?
he was trying to he he essentially discovered Wi-Fi
Mm-hmm.
way ahead of his time.
Mm-hmm.
Wi-Fi didn't come out until 2000 whatever.
Yeah.
But he was also trying to communicate with extraterrestrials.
Oh, so they thought. Yeah.
He was doing all sorts of stuff with electricity, and the country just kind of turned on him.
Yeah.
And there's no Rumble back then, no social media back then to speak for yourself. So, if the newspapers want to crash your stock, they can.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I like about this new age. It's not as easy to bury the small guy,
Yeah.
but with that same, like in that same breath, it's so easy for them to be bought out by the bigger guy. Like, we see it all the time. So it's like we jumped out of one problem to fall into another problem where like it's just money. Like people see that much money. If you see like a company offering you $800 million, like what would you do? Like everybody would say, no, until they're actually presented with that amount of money.
Right.
It's like, oh, now I gotta really decide,
Right.
because I feel like it's either that or that big company can just create a similar product and just beat you in court cases and money.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, just find a way around it. So it's either take the money or get literally buried by the big guy.
Right.
Jumpstart your head-to-toe healing journey with the Dr. Reese book trilogy. Peace Over Pain is the cult classic that explains how head-to-toe healing works and how the medical monopoly doesn't. Reverse the Cause lays out the root causes to over 60 chronic conditions. And Dinner with Dr. Reese is a unique cookbook that contains 100 recipes without the destructive poor for foods. Together, all 3 books set you on a path to head-to-toe healing. Get yours today on Amazon, Audible, or peaceoverpain.com. Also, if you'd like to ask a question, tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for Dr. Reese Live.